Hi everyone, for today's book review we're going to be exploring one of my favorite ocean liners of all time. The ocean liner is the L'Atlantique, but this is not the book that we'll be looking at. This is the first major English language book that came out regarding this ship that was published all the way back in 2005, which wasn't that long ago. In the almost 20 years since then, new information and photographs have come to light, and the author, Les Streater, has published a much expanded version, and that is the book that we'll be looking at today. And this is the new edition of his work for the L'Atlantique. Most people know this ship for its absolutely gorgeous Art Deco interiors, the best of the 1930s, to rival those of the Normandy even. And while the interiors were absolutely spectacular, the exterior look of the ship divides many people. Many people complain that the ship had a lack of sheer, it just didn't seem right, that the original funnels made the ship look too square and stumpy. For all those who wish to discuss and debate, before you even progress on that discussion, may I recommend first that you jump onto Philip Dawson's book, The Liner, Retrospective and Renaissance, and read his take on the construction of the L'Atlantique, and he explains exactly why sheer was not needed nor necessary in the construction of that ship, and indeed why sheer is just more of a visual attribute rather than a practical need for a modern ship. So please, before you jump onto the lack of sheer argument, do check out that extract from this book. Now, for those of you who may not be very aware, the L'Atlantique was the grand French ocean liner for the South Atlantic run. The company that it belonged to was also quite unlucky and lost many of its ships either through accident or through war. They continuously tried to be at the forefront of design and architecture, and this is reflected in both the L'Atlantique and also even more drastically in the follow-up vessel, the Pasteur, which also ended up not serving on its intended run. The L'Atlantique served for almost 2 years before it caught fire in the English Channel and was salvaged quite dramatically, brought back to France, where it then languished through various investigations, courtroom hearings, until it was sadly scrapped. It was a sad end to a magnificent ship, one that had so much potential. And this book gives the full story of this magnificent ocean liner. It covers the entire history of the ship, both the beginning of the company itself, their various previous ocean liners, the construction and design of the L'Atlantique. You are then taken through a grand tour of the ship, exploring all its incredible interiors, and as you can see, this book is also very generously illustrated. About 5 to 10% of the photographs in the book are color, and those that have been selected absolutely stand out. They are magnificent and really give a sense of just how beautiful those interiors were, especially if you love Art Deco architecture and interior decorations. From there, we are then taken through an account of the ship's service career, all too brief. The latter half of the book then focuses on the fire itself, the dramatic salvage, and then the ongoing court hearings trying to determine what happened, how did the ship burst into flames, why did so many crew members die, and also another series of court cases about should the ship be sold, repaired, scrapped, whatnot. It is an expanded version of the previous book with a lot more photos, and for all the enthusiasts, there is also a complete set of deck plans, one of which you can see up there, which is amazing. You can absolutely appreciate the grand interior particularly the first class open spaces. The photos are magnificent. The text flows very easily. Les Streater has written many books. I have a whole shelf of books that he has written, and it is an absolute pleasure to read. And for those who absolutely love French ocean liners, Art Deco ocean liners, who appreciate the L'Atlantique, then this book is an absolute must for you, and it is an unreserved 5 captain's hats. So, for the lovers of the French ocean liners, for the lovers of Art Deco, please do check out this magnificent book.